The crazy thing about it is I think that everybody is seeing life the wrong way. And as I read more books and as I start to learn a lot more um, about success and wealth, a lot of this stuff starts to make more sense for me. And what I'm going to do today is help you figure out how to actually play this game of life, this game of success, this game of money, richness, and wealth the way that these wealthy people are. Actually, I'm gonna teach you something that they aren't even thinking about. Remember, this is like all about in the brain, right? All about in the brain. So I'm gonna teach you some good stuff. Obviously, obviously, a huge part of success is the time that you have to get there, right? Obviously, the time you have. And we would like success to look like this, right? We would like success to look like that. But like, is that reality? Nah, no, it's not reality at all, right? I got an eraser. I got an eraser for you guys. Here we go. The reality of it is your success over your lifetime will look like this. That's reality. Your success, your wealth, your money, your value, whatever it is, all right, it's gonna look like this. I mean, in all honesty, if I really look at it, right, you got points here. And if we were to take this point all the way down to this point, you can't even you can't even see that. If we were taking this point all the way down to this point, this is what we're looking at. All right. But like, do we actually see our success as kind of like elevating like that? No, we don't. All right, we don't actually see that. Right? Like the reality of it is your life, like a human life, is actually extremely, this is the word that I'm going to use, volatile. The human life is volatile. Like your life is actually volatile. Like I need to pause the music on that one. Your life is volatile. What does volatile mean? What does volatile mean? That just means that you can never predict or rely or trust or believe in something being straight just like that. You're going to lose things. You're going to grow. You're going to gain. You're going to lose whole lot of stuff. You're going to become successful in what you define as successful today, but what you define as successful today might not be the same thing as success, right? Look at this. Look at this little point right here and this little point right here. Those are the same point of success. But for you, you might see this and, when you're, let's say you're 30, you might see that and think, you know what, I'm actually doing well. I'm on top of the world, I'm feeling great. But let's say you're 45 here and you're at that point. Does that matter? Like, does it change anything? Like, this is the actual same point. It's just because you were on a high, now you're starting to see it differently. You're starting to change your mind. But I'm gonna change those mind all together. All right, I'm gonna change those mind all together. If you love what this is about to show you, I don't think you're ready for like the actual secret. Super easy. Your life is full of risks. Your life is full of risks. You're going to take tons of risks all your life, especially with trying to become successful, right? With trying to become wealthy, all that kind of good stuff. So here's what I want to show you, right? How do we protect ourselves from this? All right. So I want you to think, what does this look like when it comes to like investing? Look like the stock market. Right? Looks like a lot of you guys probably know it's variable accounts, right? It's variable. It's not fixed, right? You're not putting something in and like that. It just stays there, right? It's not staying there. It's not an index growth where an index growth ultimately will potentially look something like this, right? It's not growing index and it's not staying flat. It's not staying fixed, right? It's variable. Your success in your lifetime will be varied. It will vary. And like, that's all right. However, how do you protect yourself against when life is crazy, right? Like obviously a lot of you guys feel like, I've been doing good. I've been doing so well for, the last 6 months or whatever. Like I've got a really good job. I've got this and that and blah, blah, blah. But what happens when you're all up here, you're making so much good money, right? Making so much good money, and all of a sudden you drop all the way down here, right? You decided while you were going up to rent a larger place, right? Get another vehicle, spend like actual money into things that you're now going to have to like actually have, right? You now have liabilities. Like, how do you protect yourself whenever everything goes down here? How do you protect yourself? You have to, and this is what I want you to focus on. If you think of life and your success over the course of your lifetime as the stock market, and you protect yourself the same way that you would with the stock market, your life is going to be eon better, just so much better, right? That is how we actually start to play the game. Right now, if you guys are doing it, you guys are just kind of going along this path of life, letting life tell you what is going to happen to you. Right? Because you're going up, you're riding. I don't care if you're successful. I don't care if you made a lot of money in the past. But if you're just letting life, I'm going to trace it again. If you're just letting life dictate where you go, you're not actually playing that game the way you should be. This is a strategy. If you think about what I'm about to teach you over here, this is a strategy that's going to help you out massively. Whether you're broke, you're rich, you're successful, you provide a lot of value in life, whatever it is, even if you're just investing in the actual market, into actual variable accounts, this strategy that I'm talking about is going to help you turn this into not caring about none of that, because you are going to start to have that index growth in life, right? So where, I know you guys can see the difference, where this is like that, right? When things like that, how do you actually have index growth so that way you're never losing anything? You're always progressing. How do you have actual index growth? First term I want to talk to you about is liquidity. Liquidity. In the stock market, or excuse me, not in the stock market, when you're investing, when you're putting money away, you really want to have liquid accounts, right? Things that you can put money into, take money out whenever you need it. You're never locked away. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people, especially like emergency funds, a lot of people, they say, well, I'm not good at saving. Or, if I just put money away somewhere where I can't touch it, I won't actually touch it. That doesn't get you anywhere. It locks your situation away. And when you need it most, that money is gone. Or that money is locked away, or going to be penalized, right? So if you think about this in terms of how it relates to life, understanding these kind of things, my question to you is, where in your life are you putting yourself in a predicament where you cannot easily pull out? Are you getting into relationships that cause you so much strain in the relationship, but you're so dependent on what value you're getting from the relationship that you can't leave when it's time for you to elevate yourself, right? Let's talk about the stock market. Are you putting yourself in, or investing? Are you putting yourself into accounts that are locked away, secured, 401k, CDs, things like that, where when you need the money most, you can't actually access it? Are you putting yourself into careers where the career pays just enough for you to be comfortable? You guys know the killer of success is comfortability, right? Killer of success is comfortability. But are you putting yourself into a career where you're making just enough money to be able to be satisfied, pay your bills, and take care of what you need to take care of? But you can't leave, because if you leave and go somewhere else, you're gonna drop all the way down. You're not gonna have that same amount of income coming in, right? Where are you putting yourself? How liquid is your life? How easy is it for you to just pull out of something when you need to, or pull something from somewhere when you need it? Because those situations are going to arrive. It's like if we think about rainy days or emergencies or trips, vacays, and births, right? Think about all these different things that you'll need to be able to pull away from running. Do you actually have the ability to just go and grab funds from your emergency funds just easily without penalty, with being able to actually do that within a couple of days and still be okay afterwards? Right? Can you just decide, hey, I want to randomly take a trip because I'm actually set up. I have money in this place. I have a career that allows me the time freedom, and I'm going to still be all right. Like, are you putting yourself into predicaments where you can actually go and celebrate and enjoy your daughter's first baby born? Like, where are you? Like, is your life liquid? Is your life liquid? Because if it is liquid, you don't have to worry about whenever you have these doubts. Because at the end of the day, let's say you have a depressing few months, but you've got the career to allow you to take some time off. You know that you've got the money to allow you to eat a little bit more, because we like to eat when we're depressed, right? Like, you know that you're in a situation where you're not completely stuck, and you can actually continue to develop and move forward. Next, I want to talk about safety. Safety of what, Charmy? Look, I can spell. I want to talk about safety. Safety of what, Charmy? This is something that's called safety of principle. And this is a fantastic thing, because you have two different things you could use for safety. Principle. Actually, no, that should be LE. And growth. Principle and growth. So, having safety of the principle, meaning having safety of, let's just say, once again, we go back to our funds, right? That's in the stock market, right? Let's say that you put $100,000 into some investment account. How safe is that $100,000? Right? Can you ever lose that $100,000? Can you ever lose more than you put in? Right? Obviously, in the stock market, the safety of your principle is not really safe, right? Because in the stock market, you have the chance of gambling, and you have the gamble of getting a lot of money or losing a whole lot of money, right? What about in life? What is your principle in life? That's like who you are today and everything else. Who you are today. So how safe are you? Like, how safe is the principle? Like, how safe are you in your life? Are you putting yourself, once again, in predicaments where if anything happens, once again, another one of these downfalls from all the way up here, are you putting yourself in a situation where you're going to be safe when you have those? Are you surrounding yourself with communities of people to care about you, to make sure that, again, let's say you are depressed. Like, are you in a safe predicament? Are you communicating with people consistently? Are you in a network of people consistently that are only tearing you down, that are not allowing you to be safe? Are you in a predicament? Are you in a safe neighborhood? Right? Like, even that. Are you in a safe neighborhood for you, your family, your children? Or your children? Yeah, that's family. Right? Like, are you actually putting yourself in good situations to make sure that yourself is okay? And then safety of growth, right? So this is meaning, once again, you're investing, right? And you start to get some gains. How safe are those gains? There's some strategies out there where year to year, the actual gains gets locked in and become a part of the principle. So, like, are you protecting all of the gains that you get in life? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the gains that you get in life are up here, but as you grow that, as you start to move up on this crazy scale of success, as you start to move up, are you also able to protect all the stuff that you get, right? So once again, let's say that you do start to have more success, you're bringing in more money, and now you go and rent out a home. Are you putting yourself in a safe position to be able to maintain that new home in the future? Right? Are you reading books and learning more knowledge, taking it all down, writing it down, practicing it, studying it, teaching other people, mentoring others? Are you doing those so that way it's committed to memory, so that way when you do have some situations that come up, like what you actually grown on is still there. Like it's still ingrained in you. You need to have safety of your growth. Right? Next, I want to talk about rate of return. In the stock market or in investing, people love investing into the stock market. Why? Because it has high potential for really good rates of return, right? You can put money in now and get much more back later. Like the potential in the stock market is really high. The potential on one of those fixed accounts, like in a regular bank account, is not really that high. You're never going. The rate of return is like down there, right? But also, if you have, let's say you have some of those investing or some of those indexing accounts, indexing strategies, things like that, in those cases, yeah, your rate of return potential might not be as high as like those variable accounts. However, it is still pretty decent. It's going to, over time, produce a much higher rate of return, right? So it's not about whether you're consistently gaining your, like what you put into something, right? It's not about like always trying to grow straight up. Sometimes you just might need to actually pause where you are. And so with that in life, like, are you doing things now that's going to allow you to sow it much better later on? Like, are you doing things now that's going to produce much more success later? Yeah, you don't need to grow every single day, right? But what kind of things can you do that's going to produce so much more fruit later on? It's like Johnny Appleseed, right? Yeah, he's doing all this work to plant all these seeds for these trees, not knowing that he's gonna plant the whole world, basically, right? But the return that he got on the investment that he put in today, he created something for the entire world. Are you doing that for yourself? Are you planting seeds within yourself that's going to eventually produce really good fruit? Now, what's more important about rate of return is how much you actually get to keep. Right? So we talked about liquidity. Make sure that you are not putting yourself in a situation where you're completely locked away. We talked about safety of both you and the growth that you're going to have and all the things that you're going to get while you are becoming wealthy, right? While you are becoming successful. Having a good rate of return, actually planting a seed inside of you to grow into massive amounts of fruits. But the most important thing is how much of all of this do you get a chance to keep? Right? How much of your account, whenever you're investing in any kind of thing, do you actually get to keep? Are you going to be taxed year over year on everything you grow, on everything you gain? Or are you setting yourself up to pay all the taxes now, so that when it grows and it's time to pull out those investments or time to pull out that growth, you actually get to keep all of it, right? So aside from what are you doing right now to plant seeds, also are you taking the time to deal with these struggles, these stresses, being uncomfortable now, so that way in the future you're comfortable, you're not struggling, you're not stressed. People say they want balance all the time, and I'm trying to sit here and draw a balance. Yeah. That's balance. I got it tattooed on me because I'm a Libra. But that's balance, all right? People want balance all the time in their life. Let's say you balance. If you want balance, you're going to balance. Over here, you got struggles. Over here, you're going to have struggles. Over here, you're going to have success, family time over here. Like, you're going to have a happy balance, 30, 30, 30. Same thing over here, 30, 30, 30. I know this is getting crazy. Actually, hold on, let me draw this really well for y'all, because I need you guys to understand this. I'm going to draw this again. We got, what was it? We had family time. We had success. We had struggles. And we have stress. Same thing over here. $25, $25, $25, $25. How much of this do you get to keep? Right? You put in everything now. If you deal with these struggles, these stress, all the stuff that sucks now, In the future, you're not going to have that balance. Everybody wants balance, but in the future, when it's time for you to retire, do you want to have to deal with struggles and stress? No. So you have to deal with this much more, not saying neglect your family or your success, but just understand that if you do want the more struggles and stress that you deal with and you build on and you still continue to push through, have that persistence on, later on, you get to keep all of 50-50. You get to keep all the family success that you're going to have. Right? So how are you allowing your life to be taxed? Are you just saying, hey, I want to be comfortable now, and I'd rather, wait to pay the price of life? Or would you much rather deal with having more weight over here so that you have less balance later on? Guys, these are the secrets to actually becoming fully successful in your life. These are the secrets. You need to figure out a way to make sure that while life is so volatile and so risky, always going up and down, you can protect yourself. Just make sure that you're not in a situation where you're stuck, right? Make sure also on top of that, that you're also safe, right? In that whatever situations that you are in, with whatever career, whatever growth, whatever it is, right? Your career needs to be safe, right? As you continue to grow, you can never go back, right? And then on the other side, what kind of things are you planting into yourself today? What kind of things, what kind of struggles and stresses are you taking, so that way you can have a much better rate of return later on in the future, where it can also be balanced, so you can pay the taxes now or pay it in life, so that way in the future you're going to be good. Make sure you do that, and you're going to be protected from that.